Hello, boys. It's me, Haley Berry. Not the real Haley Berry. This is the real Haley Berry. But I'm Haley Berry. So this is going to be a slightly different video today. A little bit of a backstory on this one. So I thought, we'll start with that first, and then we'll dive into it, eh, boys? So, what do we have here? What is the BONESLAYER Blade Gothic Axe? Some of you are probably thinking, that's a piece of shit. Well, let me tell you why it isn't. So you've got 50% chance to cast level 24 Holy Bolt when struck. Interesting. We've got some attack speed. We've got 35 bonus to attack rating, which is kind of decent. 247% damage to undead based on character level. Bear in mind this is on level 99. And also a good chunk of attack rating as well against undead. A little bit of strength to chuck on the top there, and some charges if you want the charges, right? So it doesn't look like much. Right? Now, I'm calling you out now. I'm calling you out now, Mac. For the likes of Macro Bio Boy, right? This wasn't something that he deemed worthy to Theorycraft. And I was there in chat, Mac. I was there on that day, okay? This was about, not long after the first patch notes were released, okay, for PTR. Yes, I was there, Mac, okay? And I remember someone in chat was like, hey, I see you going through all of the uniques here. I wonder, what sort of things would be interesting to kind of test with in 2.4. Someone's like, hey, maybe you should test BONESLAYER, make a holy bolt synergy paladin. And he didn't do it. He didn't do it, boys. And I was there in chat, clenching my fists, clenching my mouse, shaking. And it was just obviously a call to action. And I felt so bad for the people in chat. Honestly, it ruined my weekend. I was so disappointed. I was close to unfollowing Macro Bio Boy at that point, but I thought I really need to channel my anger and my frustration into something. So I thought, let's dive into this build. Now, had a few ups and downs with this, actually, trying to find a decent BONESLAYER. So on D2 max roll here, you can actually see it has 50% chance to cast level 24 Holy Bolt, and if we select it here, we can show the variable kind of stats on it. Only has the ED. No, I'm a bit sus about that, boys. What do you reckon? So, I had a look about first. So, first I had a look at Tradery. Good old reliable Tradery, I suppose, for the most part. Looking at, some options, and I ended up trading a few. And I was quite confused about the stat bonuses. So, one thing I found with this on different websites, it is actually not correct on what stats they kind of show. So, 50% chance to cast level 12 to 20 seems to be the right one, but then when you're trying to search it, it asks to enter the percent for the specific thing. So I think I went through, I had to go through 4 trades of getting BONESLAYERs until I got one that was actually decent, because it doesn't matter what stats they put on the trade, I couldn't tell if it was accurate or not. But, one place that does have it accurate was Diablo2.io. Absolute plug. Sponsor me, please. I love you. But this one has the correct stats here. So, I digress, boys. Let's just go straight into it, eh? So, here we are. This is the BONESLAYER Paladin. The build that has been tossed aside by Macro Bio Boy, that your boy Double Billy has picked up for the people, to satisfy the people. Okay, some people would say, this is just for me, this is a waste of time. Absolutely not. This is for you. This is for all of you. Even my friends were giving me slack. They're like, this is trash. I'm like, absolutely not. It is not. I love it, and I'm going to show you and prove you today. Look at this. Beautiful boy here. This is Ilzan, and we'll start with stat, skills, gear. We'll get into it, boys. So, 87 Paladin. Strength is 140. I'll show you why. That's just from our two-hander there. Dexterity, I have put some extra in here, just to bump up our attack rating a little bit more. Against certain mobs using BONESLAYER, it does give us, a bit of a bonus, so this is not as accurate, can be higher. The rest have kind of pumped into vitality, and we're not touching energy. So resist is one issue that I found with this, because I need to try and balance enough attack rating as well as enough resistances, and it was a bit tough. I do have a treachery to pre-buff, so I might end up doing that if I can be bothered. But I found out it's not too shabby in some areas. So, relevant stats, we can kind of go over down here. We do have a decent chunk of damage to undead, which is cool. We are running Laying of Hands, so we've got damage to demons as well, which is nice. Now, bear in mind, boys, Holy Bolt actually damages undead and demons too, so that's the kind of route that we're taking with this. Now, that is kind of the main chunk. We do have enemy light res and lightning damage down here, and you can see we're using Holy Shock. So that is our leftover points. We're kind of buffing up our shock damage. So I'll show you exactly what we have for that. So, combat skills, this is your main chunk. So as you can see, we're using Zeal. Oh no, cringe, Billy's making another Zeal video. Shut it, lad. Okay, this is slightly different. Okay, I'll get there, I'll make different builds. I'm riding a wave at the moment, alright? Shut up. So, I maxed out Sacrifice first. Zeal, it's a better option to max second because you get more damage from the synergy directly because you get 12% per level. Now we're going down here, we're maxing out Fist of Heavens. Why? Why are we maxing Fist of Heavens? Because we are maximizing the synergy of Holy Bolt, which we'll get to, okay? And 1 point into charge to move around. So, offensive. For the rest over points, I was kind of indecisive about where to put them. So, I have been, believe it or not, I've been working on this piece of shit for a while. So I did test it in PTR quite a bit too. I was tempted to go Fanaticism, but with the two-handed breakpoints that were available for the IAS, it's not actually that much more attacks per second that you can get with Fanaticism. It would help us cover the attack rating issue. Then perhaps I can swap the charms out equivalent to cover ourselves more with that, but I thought, fuck it, I want to get more damage to, make this as viable as possible, because that's what I like trying to do. And so I maxed out Holy Shock. So that's our main aura that we're going to be having on, using Zeal, which we're maxing Sacrifice, so it's still a decent chunk of damage. And then, obviously, with that, we're maxing out Resist Lightning. So we don't have enough to put into Salvation, because we've got the synergy maxed out for Fist of Heavens for Holy Bolt. So I'll show you exactly why we are maxing out the synergy for Holy Bolt. First point of attack, boys, is BONESLAYER Blade. This is 7 ED off perfect, not too bad, if I say so myself. It's fully up to an Elite Champion axe, which you'll never see, because it's completely pointless, but I'll show you why it is. It does have a point in this build. I do have a shale in it, so we can reach the potential highest frames. So, what else have we got? I have an Eth Griffin's Eye, Zodded. I'm so sorry. I was thinking about putting a warning at the start of the video about graphic content, but I didn't want to risk people clicking away from the video, so I thought, it's okay, at least I'll get the watch time up until this point, until you guys can see my Eth Griffins, and then you can leave. So I apologize for the few of you that are having a rough time seeing that. So we've got High Lords for more attack rating and Deadly Strike. We have this, which is kind of like a clear example for you lot, and Macro Bio Boy as well, that I'm taking this build very seriously. So this is my beautiful 15 ED Gothic plate, which is my decently rolled principal with 140 life, thank you. So that's got Holy Bolt on striking, and it's a 100% chance on striking. We also have the Laying of Hands, which is 10% chance for 3 Holy Bolt. Not too bad, level 3. We have Dual Leech, so we have some type of reliable source to recover from Zeal, and String of Ears for some more, DR, and Raven's Frost paired with Gauze. Not too shabby. So, like with the BONESLAYER, when we get hit, chance to cast level 20 Holy Bolt when struck, that does about over 3k damage. With this, we have level 5 Holy Bolt, that does about, I think, just over 500. And now with Laying of Hands, that is a bit lower, it's about 350. But the idea is we want to be hitting a bunch of that out to get that extra damage to undead and demons, and it has that pierce. I'm really interested, I think I've stated in a few videos maybe, I'm interested in adding more AoE damage to like single target melee builds. I've always found that really cool and challenging. So just to skip over some of the charms, I've just got my small ones here tucked in with max damage and attack rating, Annihilus Hellfire Torch, and with the rest here I've kind of balanced between to give myself enough attack rating, and then the rest I've got my one resistances in there. So Not too bad, boys, not too bad. Mercenary, we have opted with the Might Mercenary, which I felt fitted best. So I've got the Andes, which you'd expect, paired with the Fortitude and the Infini. So Ilzan is helping us on that front to boost them up as much holy damage as we can. Now, if I switch over here, I do not have my CTA, but I do have my Demon Limb. So, my CTA is on my other character, which I couldn't be bothered getting for this, because I was using that on other tests too. But this is the BONESLAYER Paladin. So, I have my damage is just over 8k here, where I think we reached 10k with the Might from Ilzan. So, I want to kind of show you this in action here. I think there's a lot of great two-handers that just don't get enough playtime. It's really cool. Yes, this is player one. I do have my Treachery, which I can pre-buff, but I can't be bothered doing that just now. Eventually I want to try and fine-tune this gear a little more, but I'm pretty happy with where this is now. I did kind of pre-plan. I had quite a few builds planned up for a while, actually, since like 2.4 took a while to kind of release. So now that it is here, I'm like quickly cycling through all these builds that I've already thoroughly planned, and like I can finally, you know, really hit them and see how they work. Come on, Ilzan, pop your Might Aura. Jesus. What's cool showcasing this here is you can see the damage to Undead is still really decent. Along with you've got the damage to demons from laying hands as well. Everything here is bloody lightning immune. Why are you showcasing this here, Billy? Because it shows it's still good. Yes, this is player one. I don't care. Stop crying in chat. Okay, let's go. Let's go. We'll go somewhere else then, boys. We'll go somewhere else. We'll go somewhere else. We'll get rid of the amp damage. Nice clean base. Nice clean start. Ilzan does have his Might Aura, so you know. New area, new me, as they say. Beautiful. Here we are. 9508. I'll take the amethyst before I forget. Take that metal staff before I forget. No, never mind. Who cares? One thing to be aware of when using like Holy Bolt or even like Fist of Heavens and that sort of thing, you kind of want to avoid areas that are like cows, for example, because they're counted as creatures. They're not deemed undead or demons, so you're not really going to get much extra damage towards those. Your Holy Bolts aren't going to do jack shit. And I believe these fellas are beasts as well. I think I touched on it before with fanaticism, but the reason why I didn't go that route is because it wasn't even that much faster. It would have helped us with attack rating, which would be cool, but I opted for the extra damage and to reduce my resistances so I can invest into Holy Shock and I can really pound out more damage. I could potentially swap out the Griffins to cover myself with resistances. I was interested in potentially a Kira's Guardian, then that would allow me to maybe try Angelics with Kira's, potentially, socketed with 15 IS. Might be something I try in the future, but I do think I need to cover the resistances a bit better with this, along with not losing too much damage. I do hope you guys are enjoying this weird type of Zeal build. I know, like, all my stuff is Zeal stuff lately, but I fucking like it, okay? And I think there's a lot of stuff you can really do. I think it's a great build to showcase different weapons that have, like, on hit, other synergies, and also passion, probably my favorite rune word, right? You can just take the beauty of zeal and chuck it on another character. If you guys like this sort of thing, I would jump on using weird two-handers. It's just, there's some really cool items out there that don't get enough use. And this is another excuse for me to showcase exactly that. So, this one goes out to you, Macrobio boy. Don't be being snobby. Okay, from people in your chat that give you amazing ideas, such as BONESLAYER synergies. Okay, so this is definitely copyrighted, so I don't want to see you making a video on that because I will instantly dislike it. But as for everyone else, I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, please subscribe. Show it to your mum, show it to your daughter, show it to your cat, show it to your nan. That's about it. I'll see you in the next one.